Hey there, faction mates. Uncle Snussy here again. I just wanted to give a quick update. Got a couple of contests that pop in today that come around quite often once a week, sometimes several times a week for the Coin and Evolution contests. Uh, so, just want to talk a little bit about my approach at the beginning of the month in contests like these. You can see that ingots are one of the primary prizes that you'll get. You'll also get some evolution tokens for Stephanie McMahon and some evolution tokens for the Hall of Fame customers. And if you go all the way up and spend 9 million a coin or score some other ways that you can score, you'll also get some feud turnbuckles to spend on feud perks. Contest rules: spend coin 1-to-1. So if you spend 9,999,999 coin, you get the top tier reward. You can also spend tokens, and those will get you there pretty quick. I tend to save my tokens for a talent up event. I don't use them on the coin and evo contests. However, these evolve, enhance, fuse up 2-star, evolve, enhance, fuse up 3-star. Now's a good time to use those, particularly fuse ups, not the evolve and enhance, but the fuse ups. These are a good time for those. You get 1 million for fusing up somebody who is currently a 3-star, and you get 100,000 for fusing up someone who's currently a 2-star. Fuse ups don't get much credit anymore in talent ups. At least they haven't for quite some time. So now I tend to use any fuses that I may have in this event, as opposed to in a talent up event where you don't get much credit for them. But talent up events do give you a lot of credit for spending these 4-star tokens. So I tend to avoid spending 4-star tokens during a coin and evo contest. The TP contest,
TP for my bunghole,
or training poster contest. These, same kind of thing, 30 points for every training point you spend, same kind of rewards. You get some turnbuckles for feud, you get some evo tokens for Hall of Fame, evo tokens for Stephanie, and you get ingots. And the ingots are going to help you not only to buy stuff on the prize wall to help you develop and grow, but they also going to contribute towards this Hall of Fame contest, which is something that I'm focusing on for the next few weeks, hoping that I can get all the way here to the top. We'll just have to see how that goes. But you know, every ingot that you grab gets you moving more and more further in this contest. And the number 2 reason for this contest is for me to get these Hall of Fame Tour turnbuckles for the Tour perks. So, day 1, Coin and Evo contest lasts a day. TP contests tend to last a week. So what am I spending my coin on? Priority number 1 for me in spending coin today and getting credit is going to be perks. Primarily tour perks, followed by showdown perks, followed by blitz perks, followed by feud perks. I've talked about in previous videos that I tend to focus primarily on the tour perks to get the benefit for doing the weekly tours and making those easier. And then I focus on showdown because strength and speed and showdown, when those showdown tournaments come around, will get you a lot of resources that you can use to continue to grow your wrestlers. And then blitz is number 3, basically probably because blitz is cheap. So, you know, it helps you get through the blitz tours faster, and in terms of cost of perks, they're not that expensive. Feud perks, there's, I don't know, like 20-30 slots now where you can do all kinds of different feud perks. Feud perks, truly powerful feud perks, tend to get really expensive. Coin cost up in the millions. So I do have some feud perks that I will pay some attention to, but I tend to not spend nearly as much on feud as I will for the tour and the showdown because of the benefits that they give me in the long run developing my roster. Unfortunately, I can't show you a lot about doing the perks because The way the game is, you need to try to hide your coin total from hackers who may attempt to steal an account, and that becomes really difficult on that perk screen because the coin numbers are everywhere on that screen. So I might show you like some end results of what I did and what they cost me, but I can't go into the detail of you actually like watching me buy and equip that stuff. All right, so right now is a horrible example because I don't even have enough tour turnbuckles at this point to even unlock this tier, right? And this next tier gets me one more MP when the match starts. So in that particular case, I was using King of Kings, and you start out the match about 4 short of being able to kick off the most important move you need to kick off his sequence. So this would put you 3 short, right? So still not great, but where things really start to come into focus is when you get down here to level 5 or level 6, right? And you're getting +3 move points. When you have a move point trainer and those +2 and +3, you're going to be able to get off those moves, you know, a turn or 2 quicker, and that can be all the difference. And, you know, being able to defeat opponents that are stronger than you in the tours to get more of the rewards from the tours, like the keychains or the Evo tokens or whatever rewards they might be offering. And then, you know, one of the big ones is just that it's going to preserve your health because you're going to be winning matches faster and they're going to be doing less damage against you because they don't get more turns against you. And, you know, there's some people that have no trouble with health packs. They have tons of health packs, but for a lot of people, you know, health packs are really precious. So you want to hang on to those.
Farce.
All right, so here's the first showdown perk I've done. This is the most important one to me. There's 2 showdown perks. One is to reduce your opponent's starting move points. The other is to increase your ability to create color gems. And you'll see that this perk actually has the opposite effect of decreasing your opponent's color gems, right? So some of the perks kind of cancel each other out. You know, one perk will be the buster of another perk or the counter to another perk.
So what if they got a Trace Buster too, huh?
Yo. That's why I got this Trace Buster.
And I'm sure that's all, you know, so that people are buying those feverishly and giving some more of their coin to Scopely. But this one to me is the single most important. If you get all the way up here to level, really the big one is level 5, reducing your opponent's starting MP by 5. That's huge. That's a move trainer cancellation in a showdown event, right? So if they have MP trainers on their wrestlers, then this is going to cancel out the benefit that those MP trainers get them, right? And that's a big one, you know. And it's not necessarily about whether you're going to win or lose a match so much as how much of that health are you going to be taking in damage that you're going to need to use health packs on, right? Your ability to get your moves, your opportunity to get your moves charged and off before your opponent is the difference between you taking a lot of damage and winning and taking a lot of damage and losing, right? So so those are important. I haven't gone and done any of the tours yet, so I haven't really collected any of the turnbuckles that I can use to get these fully charged, and that'll be something I'll be working on. But those perks are a big part of the game. You know, love them or hate them. You know, I prefer to just play everything straight up, but they exist, and your opponents are going to use them, and they're certainly helpful in those tours. So you definitely want to consider it. So the next thing I'm going to be spending my coin on today is going to be Stephanie McMahon. As you can see here, I actually have her ready to enhance to the next level. So I can go ahead and do that now. It's going to cost me 5. I have 14. I'll go ahead and take her up. Right, so at this point now, that's going to be the next focus for, I'll go ahead and take her up another 10 levels and get her ready to go. I'm 1 short here. I should have that pretty soon. I'll probably see if there's an opportunity to get some shards of hers before I throw any TP her way. So I tend to try to avoid using the TP on the month-long character if I can. That's not always the case, and if the opportunity comes up to use her in an event where they need her at 3-star bronze, I may just go ahead and bite the bullet and do it at that point, even if I don't have shards to help with that process. I'm going to be needing to spend some TP anyway. Right now her cost is relatively inexpensive as a 2-star gold, so it's not that big a deal to me. Quick update in case you're following along, adding this to the existing video. So I have increased the level of Stephanie McMahon, so I've maxed out her level. So far I have spent 456,000 coin to get her where she's at. The total in-game coin I've spent is almost 800,000, but then the bags that I've opened from the contest, the month-long event, have resulted in about 325,000 in coin coming back to me. So far, about 500,000 coin to get her to a maxed out 2-star gold. So the next thing is these moves, right? So the moves as they are right now are going to be 60 a piece to get her to the next level. As much as I can, I'm going to avoid actually using my own TP for that. So what I will do instead is I am going to go into the store. I have enough ingots at this point that if I go into the elite pricing, there's this elite combo pack right here for 121,200. I've got 233 at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab one of those. Boom. Don't even know where those 8 shards came from. So now I got 258 shards. So I'm going to go back to her. Boom. I'm going to go. Alright, so at this point, moves are maxed, right? She's ready to evolve to the next level. I went ahead and did a run through the open contest in the tour and grabbed enough of the evolve tokens that I could actually take her up another notch. I'm going to hold off and wait and see if there's going to be perhaps a contest that requires her at 3-star bronze or higher before I make that move. So for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and hold off. I don't necessarily know if there's a major advantage one way or the other to whether or not to progress her some more or not. One argument for progressing her some more would be to eagerly close the gap in this contest, right? So that I can get the next bag of goodies. All right, so super indecisive, but I've decided to go ahead and upgrade her, and the primary reason is at the next level I'll get 6 more tour turnbuckles. That'll allow me to raise my perk for the tours to get the additional benefit of an additional move point at the start of every match, and so I've decided that is worth go ahead and taking her up to the next level right now. So I'm going to go ahead and evolve her. Look at those muscles, those guns. All right. She's ready to go. So the coin spin on that got me up in the coin contest. Let's see if that got me what I needed for this one. Sure did. So I got the extra. So here's what I was after. And scroll down, right there. Those 6. I needed those 6 to get to the next level in the perk to gain the extra move point at the start of every match. And so I decided that was worth it to go ahead and spend spin the coin. Go ahead and Evo, get the talent up, and get those extra my goodness, turnbuckles for the perks. All right, so here you can see I upgraded the perk. I now get all color moves start with 1 more move point. So that's going to be, as a tour perk, that's going to work on any limited time tour events, any events on the road. It does not work on blitzes, does not work on showdowns, does not work on feuds. But that will make the matches a little bit easier in the limited time events, allow you to get a little bit further. And as you continue to upgrade Stephanie, continue to collect those ingots, continue to rise in that contest, continue to get more of those turnbuckles, and you can keep on improving these tours. It allows you to go back and beat tours that maybe before you weren't able to beat. So they definitely come in handy. I noticed right away when the last one expired, because I went in to do matches and I was like, man, everything is harder now. So then those are the first 2 things that I'm going to be using my coin on, were the perks and then developing Stephanie McMahon. Beyond that, I'm going to be focusing on my primary characters in the game. So my general approach is I have one powerhouse, like my workhorse character that I use more often than everyone else. They get attention number 1. The person I have chosen is going to be somebody who is in the highest tier that there is as far as the wrestler talent goes. I also tend to favor based on what class they are. There's classes I like to play more than others. So I like strikers, powerhouses, and tricksters more than I like techs, acrobats, and showboats. Doesn't mean I don't use them, but it just, if I'm trying to decide who's getting attention over someone else, I'm gonna lean towards strikers, powerhouses, and tricksters first. And then, if I have multiple wrestlers that are all kind of lumped together, same tier, I may just pick somebody based on how much I like them as an actual wrestling character in real life. And then another factor may be, do they have a coach benefit or a trainer benefit for someone else? So I'm going to pick somebody in a high tier. If you go into my channel in Discord, you can see the posting of the rankings of people that I feel are worth investing in. And so you can use that as a reference to see who you want to focus on. And then I try to be working on somebody in each class. Primarily, that's because when it comes time to enhance or evolve them, having them in each class means you're more likely to have enough tokens to go ahead and progress them. If all you do is focus on strikers all the time, you're going to be running out of tokens really fast. So if you have a striker, a powerhouse, a trickster, a tech, an acrobat, showboat, and you're working on each of those to get them ready to go so that you can evolve or enhance them in the next talent up, you're more likely to have the tokens then at that point because you've kind of spread it out. I also like to pick people based on, do they have a powerful tag link with someone else in the game that I happen to have, and I will work on their tag link partners as well. So, my primary character is Luke Harper, the striker. He has a very strong tag link with Eric Rowan, the powerhouse. So I'll work on developing Eric Rowan as his tag partner. And then, the other thing is, who are the primary trainers and coaches for the wrestlers you use most often. Make sure you're working on developing those to where they're at least to the point where they get you maximum training benefit. So for a lot of trainers, that's going to be at 5,000 strength is maximum training benefit. But some of them go all the way up to 9 or beyond as far as their training or coaching benefit. So, with with Luke Harper, the striker, Matt Hardy is an important trainer if you have Matt. Sinsara is an important trainer. Eric Rowan, actually, if you have Eric Rowan, is a good trainer for him. He's a striker, so 6 as a coach. So having those, working on developing those people, because if you want to maximize the benefit of your wrestlers, then you got to have the best trainers, and they got to be as high a level as what gives you the training benefit for them. That's pretty much it for now, right? I'm going to be focusing on trying to max out the coin in the TP event, and that's kind of the approach, and that's about it for me.